Your request is my command. So we have this robot we call the DERIV even odd AI. I actually got some recommendations, that is from some of you who actually recommending I do some adjustments of which they recommended, and I did some evaluation. And right now, if you check what is the time, it's actually around 5:10. It's actually around 5:10. I haven't slept yet. I have been working on this robot, and I have done those adjustments that some of you actually requested. So I was actually doing some trades. Then once I was done, I now got a chance to actually look on those recommendations, evaluated them, and I have fully implemented those changes. Yeah. So this robot actually normally trades even, odd, and it's an auto analysis robot. The robot switches between even and odd contracts. So if you check this robot, it's a plug and play robot. It's an auto analysis. Yeah. For example, if you just select volatility, like let's say like 10-1s, because you need to select any random volatility. This is where you set up the stake, just like you are doing it normally. This is where you step up the target profit, the stop loss. We also have this part of the percentage. For example, if the odd hits 80%, trade odd. If even hits 80%, trade even. Yeah, it's actually that simple. This is where you set up the martingale. In case you don't want this robot to actually apply the martingale, just set the martingale to 1. That means it will not be multiplying the stake. It's actually that simple. So the next thing that you do is just run the bot. Yeah. So you just need to run the bot randomly. If you go to the journal part, you can actually see the robot is actually analyzing the market. So the robot will only take trades when the market hits 80%. So I actually saw someone say the robot is amazing, but the downside of this robot is that it can take so long before it starts executing, that is the trades. So when you are actually trading with this robot, when the percentage is around 80%, the robot will actually give you amazing winning. Just check. I have actually set it at around 80, and you can actually see the results are amazing. Yeah. So the good thing with this robot is that the moment this market hits 80%, the robot will take almost like 7 or even 10 trades, not less than 5 trades continuous before this market fluctuates. You can check like right now. I had actually set that is around 80%, and you see the robot has executed how many trades? 8 trades, 6 wins and 2 losses. Yeah. And just check. Let's see how this robot was actually trading. This is the most important part that I wanted to demonstrate here. So you can actually see all the market hit 100% and the robot traded odd. So praise a trade on odd. Let's see if the market was the robot praised a trade on odd. You can actually see we pressed the trade on, the robot switched to odd. So let's see the last trade, what it was. You can actually see, just check on this symbol that we have here. That is an odd, which was a win. Let's also see another trade there. Now we also have this trade. Yeah, the market was 100% odd, and the robot executed this trade, pressed the trade on odd, and this trade was actually a win. You can actually see the robot switched to odd. Just check, it was actually an odd. Yeah. So let's see the trades that were down here. So when we run this robot, let's see, for example, in this case, the robot was, the market was around, like here was around 95% odd. The robot switched to odd, and let's see our first trade, how it was. You can actually see it was an odd. Yeah. So, so this robot will actually be switching the contract, that is from even, odd, depending on how the market is. So when the market odd goes 80%, when odd hits 80%, the robot will actually take trades on odd. If even hits 80%, the robot will take trades on that is even. It's actually that simple. So I did some adjustment, and right now the robot has a good winning. So just in case you are trying to run this robot and it's taking so long to actually respond, you can just adjust this to something like 70 or 75. But just know that the moment you adjust from 70 to 75, it will actually attract that is some losses. Yeah. So it will not perform like it has performed. It might not perform as perfect like it has done here, because the moment you lower this percentage, that means you have also lowered what you call the accuracy level. But just in case you realize like it's taking so long, you can switch the volatilities. You can see I was using 10-1s. In case this volatility is actually performing poorly, you can just switch from 10 1s, you can just use something else like 25 1s. You can even use a normal volatility, for example, like volatility 100. Yeah, so there's no limit to the volatility that you need to use. So I was actually doing adjustment on this robot, and I'll actually, by morning, by the time it's here, it's hitting around by around 8. Yeah, I'll have actually that is made this robot available, that is on DERIV Traders. I'll actually remove this one, and we can now have the updated version, because I am just from that is working on this robot, so I need now to make it available on DERIV. Currently it is not available, but in the next that is a few minutes, I'll make it available. So by 8 you'll actually find the robot that is, or the updated robot that is on DERIV Traders. Yeah, so it's actually very simple. It's just a plug and play robot. Just select the right volatilities and be patient. The downside of this robot is that sometimes it may take long to respond, because it has to do all these analysis. And again, the market, you may set, for example, you want to trade when the market hits, for example, 80%, and then the market may take long before hitting 80%. But as long as you're a trader, you must learn to be patient. So it's actually that simple. That's all I have for today, guys. Let me go and sleep. Goodbye.